Teachers, hints and tips for this lesson. I'd like you to have a look at where I am. If you look around, we see the trees. We have the palm trees. We also have the plants here. Now, have you ever wondered how these plants came to be here? Or have you ever wondered how you and I, the humans, came to be? And also where our planet is. Now, that leads us to our questions. How was the earth formed or created? And who created the earth? Now, you have already viewed a lesson on traditional and religious beliefs on how the earth was created or formed. We will be looking at another lesson that also, it's a belief in how the earth was created, and that is the scientific belief in how the earth was created. Now, scientists believe that earth was created or from 4,600 million years ago to the present day where we are. The earth has gone through a lot of process. It has taken a long time since the formation of the earth from 4,600 million years ago to present day. And to record the history of the formation of the earth, we will be using a time scale for our activity for this lesson. Teachers, to get A5 papers, you fold a sheet of A4 paper into half, and you have 2 A5 papers. So you cut that out, and you should have 2 A5 papers. You do the same until you have 46 A5 papers. There should be 46 A5 papers that you will need for this time scale. From the 46 papers, 7 of the papers, you write the major geological events. We have, from the formation of the earth, we have 4,600 million years ago. MYA stands for million years ago, or 4.6 BYA, billion years ago. That's when the earth was created. So you have on the 7 papers the major events written, and you should have 39 papers left. So these are the major events. Now, what we do, so you pin the first year, that's 4,600 million years ago, earth was created. Every piece of A5 paper represents 100 million years ago. So if this is 4,600 million years ago, then the next one is 4,500 million years ago. Then we have the next one, which is 4,400 million years ago. The next paper, 4,300 million years ago. The next, 4,200 million years ago. 2,100 million years ago. And you have 4,000 million years ago. You continue like that until all the events are placed, all the major events are placed in the right place, and all the other 39 papers, which represent 100 million years, are all lined up from the beginning, 4,600 million years ago to 500 million years ago. You should end with this. Hello class, the research students and teachers.
Hello, Miss Wasagas.
Thank you, you may be seated. Class, the students in the research schools and teachers, we are still on the same strand, same substrand, same learning outcome. Unit is the same, 9B. And we looked at religious beliefs and traditional beliefs on the formation or the creation of the earth. Now, I would like someone from the class to tell us what you know of traditional beliefs, religious beliefs on the formation of the earth. Students in the receiving schools, please tell your teacher. We looked at that in the previous lesson. We will have Lisa to tell us about religious beliefs. Religious beliefs, we know there is only one, but when we come to traditional beliefs, there are a lot. So if I can have Lisa to tell us about religious beliefs of the formation of the earth, and receiving students, please, you do the same to your teacher. Very good, thank you. Religious beliefs, we believe there is a superhuman being called God who created the earth. Thank you. Receiving students, I hope you did the same too. Traditional beliefs, there are too many. It varies from province to province. Let's have Melvin to tell us what himself and his friends talked about in the previous lesson.
Religious belief. In the beginning, there was no light, so God created the sun for the day to give us light and daytime, and He created the moon and the stars to give light in the nighttime. After that, He created the sea and all the sea animals. Then He created the land, mountains, valley, and so He created the plants and the animals. Then create the human.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that is one of our traditional beliefs, but like I said, traditional beliefs, there are many, and they vary from province to province. Receiving students, whichever province you are viewing this lesson, you have your own traditional beliefs probably from the areas that you come from in your own province. Now, our next lesson is still on beliefs on the formation of the earth, and it's the second lesson on the birth of the earth. And we will be looking at the scientific belief in the formation of the earth. We already looked at religious beliefs, traditional beliefs, and in this lesson we will look at scientific beliefs. What science believes in the formation of the earth? Scientific beliefs of the formation of the earth. Scientists believe that meteoric rain, after the formation of the sun, the cloud and the dust from the formation of the sun formed the earth. You can have that done quickly. Now, 4,600 million years ago, or 4.6 billion years ago, the earth was created. $4,500 million years ago, Earth's moon was formed. 4.5. Students in the receiving school, let's start the class. When you come to billion, it's 4.5 billion years ago. So 4,500 million years ago, or 4.5 billion years ago, that's when the Earth's moon was formed. 3,800 million years ago, or 3.8 billion years ago, bacteria from the formation of the Earth arose into the air. $3,600 million years ago, or 3.6 billion years ago, a cooling process began on Earth. We know that when the dust and the clouds left from the sun, they formed the Earth was very hot. So after the formation of the Earth, 3,600 million years ago, or 3.6 billion years ago, a cooling process began on the Earth. It says it took time for the Earth to cool off. The lava had to turn solid. After a while, water began to form in pools. $3,000 million years ago, or 3 billion years ago, clouds were formed. $2,000 million years ago, or 2 billion years ago, life spreads over the Earth. Single-cell life spread over the planet. These animals that had single cells, they started spreading over the planet. $500 million years ago, or 0.5 billion years ago, oxygen began to fill the atmosphere. Now, activity for this lesson. Class and the receiving students, you will be writing down the events on blank sheets of papers. The events you've just seen on the screen, and I have them out here. You will have those events written on the blank sheets of papers. Now, you should have, every group should have 46 sheets of papers. They're A4 papers, but these A4 papers have been torn into half, and we call these A5 papers. So teachers in the receiving schools, to get an A5 paper, you fold the A4 paper into half, and once you tear it, then you have 2 pieces of A5 papers. Now, these A5 papers, there should be 46 altogether. And teachers, you should also have a piece of rope about 5 meters long and 46 paper clips. Now, if you're not able to have paper clips, then you can ask your students to help you to bring pegs that they use for pegging clothes, so you can use those ones. Now, I'd like those 4 in the corner. I've already given you your numbers. So if you are 1, you go and join the group. 2 over here, 3 here, and 4 there. Now let's say 1 person from each group to come and get the materials. And the first activity is already on the screen. So we should start doing that. No talking. Okay. We are coming from that group, okay? And this group, Michael. You have 2 markers, so please help each other, and just have this one written. Class and the receiving students, you are only writing. You will be told what to do with the others, but what you should be writing now is this one. This 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On 7 pieces of A5 papers you have, I'd like you to write the years it took for the changes to take place during the formation of year from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you will be told what to do later. So if you can have them copied quickly, there are 2 markers, help each other to get it done. Why are we just sitting down when we have markers there and papers? You only write the first figures, not the ones in billions. So you should only write 4,600 million years ago, Earth was created. 4,500 million years ago, Earth's moon was formed. 3,800 million years ago, bacteria arose. 3,600 million years ago, a cooling process began on Earth. Not this, don't get this done. This one, 3,000 million years ago, clouds were formed. 2,000 million years ago, life spreads over the Earth. Just have that written. and 500 million years ago, oxygen began to fill the atmosphere. There are 6 markers. Please start working now. You are supposed to be working with this here. Hey, Shannon, you and this group here, you come together and do that work together. Over there. All those 46 papers are going to be used after you have completed writing all those years from 1 to 7. You will be told what to do with those 46 pieces of papers you have. Group 3 and 4, you will go out, but since that we have space in the room, group 3, you are going to use this here. Okay, and group 4, you will go to the back. There's a space there, you can use that. After, when we come to the next activity. Please get those written quickly. If you're not doing anything, you count to see that you have 46 sheets of papers. Those pieces of papers. Yeah.
3,600.
Which one? Oh, yeah. Sorry. You just write the numbers in thousands. Leave the billions. Listen, class, and the receiving students, you only write the numbers that are in thousands. Leave the billions because that will take time if you want to write everything down. So you only write from 4,600 million years ago all the way to 500 million years ago. Leave the billions out. As I said, it will take time, but you should have written that in your science workbooks. Now let's see what the second part of the activity says. You are to attach the event sheets onto the piece of string in the correct order of the formation of the earth. Now it says every sheet of paper represents 100 million years. So in short, we have MYA, that means million years ago. Now, class and the receiving students, I'd like us to have a look at what I have here, please. Class, you have been given pieces of strings. Teachers, if you don't have them, In your own time, when you want to go through this activity, you can have them for your students to use. You have 7 sheets of papers already from the 46. So how many papers should you have left with you without anything written on? Class and the receiving students, how many papers should you have with nothing written on? How many? Colin? Colin, how many papers?
39.
39. So from the 46, 7 should have the events written on, and 39 with nothing on. And together you should have 46 papers. Now our instruction there, it says once again you are to attach the event sheets onto the piece of string in the correct order of a formation of the earth. Now it also says every sheet of paper represents 100 million years ago, or MYA, short for million years ago. If I can have the class and the receiving students to see what I'm going to go through. You have 46 pieces of papers like this. Okay, you have 46 pieces of papers like this. On 7 of them, you have already written the year that an event happened during the formation of the earth. Now, each of these papers here, you have them. These papers are 100 million years ago. Okay, so this is 100 million years. That's another 100 million years, another 100 million years, all the way down to 500 million years ago. Now, we will just do one example together so you can do the rest. We have 4,600 million years ago. What will be the next year? What will be the next year? Don't forget this is 100, this represents 100, million years ago. This represents 100 million years ago. So if this is 4,600 million years ago, what will be this one here? Can I have someone to tell me from the class? Michaeline? We are coming down from 4,600 million years ago down to 500 million years ago. You're all working in a big group, so this is where you have to help each other, receiving students also. Okay, let's have Ruthie, please. Ruthie wants to tell us what should be the next one.
4,500.
Again?
4,500.
Very good. 4,500 million years ago. What will be the next? What will be the next? Hey, no calling out, thank you. Okay, let's have Agnes, please.
4,300 years ago.
4,300
100 years
million years. 4,000?
200.
200, okay. So that would be, this will be 4,400 million years ago, 4,300 million years ago, 4,200 million years ago. That is how you are going to go all the way down to 500 million years ago. Okay, let's have group 1 stand up. You are going to be in the middle there. You have a piece of rope. You will have to have something like this done, and using the paper clips, clip them from the formation of the earth right down to 500. Group 2, over here, you pull your rope this way. Group 3, your rope, you're going to pull it this way, and group 4, at the back, there's a space there. So once you get it done, if you can do that. Okay, if I can have you to get up and please start doing that, the second activity. Somebody hold a rope and you clip them. Listen, class, in writing it, it may take time, but I'd like you to work out that piece of paper represents 100 million years. So you just put it in order to come right down to 500, because when you write it, it's going to take time. Okay, your first paper, 4,600 million years ago, you start with it, go down. Yeah, like I said, there's no need for you to write it. You can put it and then you stay 4,600 million years ago. Okay, come to the next event, and then start until you come to the next event. That way until you come to 500. Yeah, like that, 4,400, all the way. And when you come to this, that event should come up, you put it up. And then the next lot of papers, that represents 100 million years. Okay, let's see your first one. That's 4,500. This is 4,000. What? This is 4,500. This is 4,400 million. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, that's long. Just put it up like this so you have space. Class and the receiving students, sorry, and explanation, I missed that. You are to start your time scale from the left to the right. The paper, you don't put a paper across this way, because once you do that, you find that you will run out of space. The paper should be this way, and you start from the left to the right. Now, you start with 4,600 million years ago, and you end with 500 million years ago. Tony, by you finish. By you finish. Okay, thank you. If I can have the class, just put away what you have. You will have time to finish this activity. Teachers, this activity takes time, so what your students have started with, as well as our class, we will give them time to complete what they have started with, and in the next lesson, before we go to that new lesson, we can have a look at to see what our students have done. Now, before the summary, there's another activity. I'd like you to do that as homework. It says in your own words, write what you think about the formation of the earth. This is through scientific belief. Scientific belief, write in your own words about the formation of the earth. That is your homework, class and receiving students. Now we only have one summary point. It says different scientists in the world had different views or beliefs on the creation of the earth. So there are many scientists in the world. Some, they have their own beliefs, just like we have traditional beliefs. Our traditional beliefs, there are many of them. It varies from province to province. And that is the same with scientists. There are many of them in the world, and every one of them, they have their own views or beliefs on the creation of the earth. So we only have one summary point. Our key phrase is still on the creation of the earth. Our next lesson, the prehistoric age, that will be the first lesson. Materials, teachers, if you are not able to have access to pictures of dinosaurs, I will help to provide that, but help to have blank sheets of papers for the students. If you don't have A3 papers, have all posters and markers or colored pencils for your students to use them. Again, reminder to teachers, the activity takes time, so please give some time for the students to finish the time scale, and we'll have a look at what the class has done in the next lesson or before the next lesson. And with that, thank you, class, the receiving students and teachers, for your participation.